Hi, this is Jennifer Hollick with Finding the Answers Journey and the World War II Research and Writing Center. I am in Margraten Cemetery this morning. We are visiting a couple of Johann's adopted graves and an unknown soldier who we believe is from the Chicago area. And I wanted to give you just a little bit of a research tip if you are researching anyone who died in World War I, World War II, Korea, or Vietnam. For all of those who died while they were in military service, even if they died stateside in a hospital, still in military service, or they're considered missing in action, in World War I, they have a file called the burial file that can be found at St. Louis at the National Personnel Records Center. For World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, the file is called an IDPF, an Individual Deceased Personnel File. These files contain information about the service member's death. They were created for every single branch of the military. They contain often family letters, lists of personal effects. Sometimes there will be a little bit of service information, more so if the service member was not able to be identified right away because there was no dog tag or personal effects on them that would help with the identification, and a lot of other information. Now, the IDPF, or the burial file, is not the same thing as the OMPF, the Official Military Personnel File, which is called the service file. That's how most people know it. They're two separate files. They were never combined, and the IDPF was never in St. Louis when the fire in 1973 happened. The IDPF has actually been stored at several different National Archives facilities over the last 10 years plus. Only recently, as more people have begun to dig into the research for the people who are buried in the cemeteries and create more information for the adoption programs that exist at some European cemeteries, do people associate the IDPF with being at Fort Knox. But it's actually now being held at the National Personnel Records Center in St. Louis. Prior to this, it was at Fort Knox. Prior to that, it was in Sweetland, Maryland, at the National Archives. Prior to that, I'm not sure, because it's been at least almost 10 years now. But these files do exist. They are very valuable for your research, and they will often also give you information about the others who were killed with them. So, especially if it was a bomb crew, a tank crew. So if you're looking for that kind of information, you'll definitely want these files. Again, for World War I, it was a burial file. For World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, it's the Individual Deceased Personnel File, or the IDPF. To learn more about these files, visit the World War II Research and Writing Center.com. Go to the education section, and within the articles, there are several articles about these files, what they mean, where you can get them. And then if you go into the research section under World War I or World War II record examples, you'll see a lot of files you can download and look at so that you know exactly what these files contain. If you need help with a research program or project, please feel free to reach out to us through our website or our Facebook page and set up your free phone consultation today. We'd love to help you find the answers to your family's history.